Evening peeps, evening, welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you're doing alright. Running up to Christmas now, league's starting to come to an end. We've got 3 more rounds of the Mr Bean trophy, which you will be watching tonight. 3 races. I'm not quite sure the format tonight. I'm not sure if it's a 10-minute race, a 15-minute race and then a 20-minute race, or whether it's 3 15-minute races. I don't know. But we have got 3 races for you lot tonight. Qualifying just about to get underway. They have to use a soft tyre for race 1 and qualifying. And let's just have a look at some points. So round 3 this week. Janio currently leading the championship with 96 points. Got RCMBE2 in second with 84 points. Treviso in third with 84 points. Aldo 4th with 82 points. We've got Pajonski in 5th with 69 points. Chalky in 6th with 67 points. Got Sven in 7th with 65 points. VQS NM1 NM in, 8th with 63 points. We've got Dazzler 9th with 52 points. And Joycey with just 6 points on the board. But got some old names returning tonight. Right, that's enough of those points. That's enough of the merch. Merch. Yeah, if you want any of that, you know, do the thing. Yeah, that's enough of that. Oh, not turned me like. Oh, you've not heard any of that, have you? Because I've left my white turned off. Ugh, idiot. Welcome to the channel. Minis. God damn it. Apologies, people. What happens is what happens. Just, you know, things get muddled. But again, we've got some returning drivers. Not again, because you didn't hear it the first time. So if you've been any part of the channel for any length of time, you'll have seen the Chewit Racing Minis. Got a few of the drivers in here tonight. Treviso, I think, used to race in those. We've got Rob Scott, RCMBE2, down for the counts, back in the house. D4TC I've not seen for a while. Pajonski, Aldo, Janio, Sven, Chalky, the man himself, Cutler, 182, back behind the wheel of a Mini. Maybe not the Mini once, but it's a Mini nonetheless. Old Crawler's in the house. Tatey's here. Ricky J. Oh, we're starting qualifying. Who did we miss out of that list? Now it's all chopped itself around. Old Crawler, Tatey, Ricky J, and Dazzler. Paddle shifter as well. Full lobby tonight. DSC Broadcasting. Evening. Yeah, it's not going well. I've muffed it up already. I left my sound off until this point. Anyway, we're back. Round 3 tonight. Round 3 races again. I'm not quite sure of the full format. I know it's qualifying that's just kicked off now, but I'm not sure if it's 3 15-minute races or a 10-minute race, a 15-minute race, and a 20-minute race. I think it's the 15-minute format, but don't quote me on that. Qualifying underway then. We're at the Suzuka short course, so they've already hit turn 1. We'll get on board with Chalky. So usual first part to this circuit, around these tricky S's, obviously these little Minis you can see tipping from side to side. Don't like these corners. And then around this tricky, come on, don't tip over. It's all right so far. So you would carry on peeling to the left here and up towards the Degmas, but instead you peel right and back round onto this start-finish straight. You're going to see some bumping and some barging through there. Always the case on this circuit. A very, very short track. And with 15 drivers in the lobby, there's always going to be some action kicking off. So let me turn some nonsense on so we can see what times people are putting in. laps just finished then. Pajonski in the little black Mini. Again, slight differences to these. You can see Pajonski's got a bit of a spoiler bolted on the back. I don't think that makes any difference. You fell asleep before doing a live. I've never done that. I've never done that. I've done a whole race with no sound. Luckily, it was a Tesla race. but the rest of the 3 races that I was covering weren't Tesla races, and they were all very quiet, apart from me. Old Crawler in the little dark green. If you know what those lights are called on the back, put it in the chat if you're old enough to know what they're actually called. It's not just a little reversing light or anything like that. It's got a specific name. Whack it in the chat. Oh, penalties. Penalties on board for Aldo. Scotland on the registration plate of his car as well. Scotland. Right, time's coming in then. Let's flick back to the front. We're coming in thick and fast because, again, this track is very, very short. Chalky then, on pole at the minute, 102.8. Pajonski second, 103.1 for him. Old Crawler up into third, 103.7. Down for the count, Marty, 103.7 as well. Cutler fifth, 104.2. Sven in sixth. The Rust Mobile, 104.2 as well for him. Dazzler, 104.3. Seventh at the minute on the grid. Tatey in eighth, 104.5. Mickey J currently ninth with 105.2. Is that carbon fibre you're rocking? Or is it carbon faker? Ooh, is that Sven getting a wobble on through there? These Minis do have a habit of letting go quite easily. They're fun to drive. Paddle shifter 11th at 106.0. Janio paddle shifter now 13th. 14th. 106.0 for him. RCMB E2. Oh, he's been in the pits and come back out. Oh no, he's just... has he put any laps in yet? I don't know. I don't know. There's still this man on pole though. Pajonski right behind him. So gaining that little bit of a toe down the straight is Pajonski. Stay as we are for the time being. Old Crawler lost that third. He's just taking it back. Rob Scott. Where's the chocolate? Where's the chocolate today? Rob Scott used to have a dairy milk livery on the newer Minis. Yeah, I thought that. It's nice to get a lot of the old Chewit Racing boys back in here. Chatted to Cutler the other day. Maybe coming back. Oh, it is sweet related. Okay, Mawam. That'll do. That'll do. He's still yomping sugary snacks. Good lad. He does take that third position back of Old Crawler as well. He won't be happy with that. Excuse me. So I have seen Old Crawler, I think, I'm not too sure if it's from his very start of his career, but he joined the Minis a few seasons in. No offence, Old Crawler, but at the start you didn't get on too well, but slowly watched him progress and get better and better and faster, retaking that third position on grid at the minute. Yeah, just getting better and better, Old Crawler. You know, I think he was jumping in all the practice lobbies and just putting the time in. And here he is. So, nearly 6 minutes into qualifying. In the Club 100 Mini livery. What are you in, Dazzler? Janio in. Is that the anime? Is that the anime thing? Yes, yes it is. Tatey's also gone for the big wing on the back. Again, I don't think that makes any difference at all. Just the shiny blue on board. Great big Union Jack smashed on the side of Dazzler's. Sven There's not much left of the side of his. Coca-Cola livery underneath that rust somewhere. Oh, taking out the cones for good measure. Oh, there we go. Tricky corner, that one. Again, with so many cars on circuit, it's always going to mean there's one or two drivers pretty close together. Good to see these drivers staying off the racing line while they lose these penalties as well. So we did have some dirty lobbies last night with the P1 boys. Had some real bad connections. Cars jumping around all over the place. Hopefully lobby stays strong. Ooh, Ricky J, that's the wrong line. Big stamp of the brake there to keep that on circuit. Wrecking ball with the pink and the green on there somewhere every time. RCMBE2 still rolling at the back currently. 104.8 his fastest. Running out of laps to better that. It is still chalky at the front though. Pajonski's been right behind him this whole qualifying session. But this man, he's thrown a couple of Moams out the window, or he's eaten some. Light that car off, he's moved up the grid a little bit. Second position, 102.8 for him. Pushes Pajonski down a spot, pushes Old Crawler and everybody else down a spot as well. Treviso firing that Mini around turn 1, trying to carry the speed into the S's. A minute and a half left then. Can Rob Scott find that 1/10 of a second, take pole position? He's held it for another lap. Pajonski still third. Rob Scott in this second position. He's a little bit down on this lap though. It's not going to be this one. Old Crawler, unfortunately, stays in fourth as well. Into fifth position, just putting in his fastest there, 103.2. Treviso sixth, 103.2 as well, just behind Aldo. Again, short track, so the times will be all very close together. Janio getting turn 1 all wrong. Sven slotting his way through. Colour then currently 8th. Right on the back of Tatey for this lap. Janio's in the pits. Into these S's then, currently in 10th position Marty. Paddle shift off circuit in the background as well. Still chalky on top. That's it, qualifying done, 10 minutes over and done with. So many laps they're on, they do get to finish, but once they cross the line, that will be it. So down for the count moves up to 7th for the time being. He might move down the field depending on who else comes through. Yeah, I think you're right. DSC Broadcasting, it's a good bunch of drivers. There's a lot of them. It's a short track, so even the slower drivers and the faster drivers, but there's going to be somebody in front of them all the time. If they're leading the race, there's going to be the slower drivers that they catch up with. It's just going to be cars everywhere on this circuit. It's so short. So drivers crossing the line then. It's still chalky on pole. Rob Scott holds second. Aldo third. He's moved up the field right at the end of qualifying. Aldo, third position, 102.9. Pajonski gets shoved down to fourth then. Old Crawler's parked up at the side of the track. He takes fifth. Sven is sixth. Dazzler seventh. Marty in eighth. He's moved down a position. Treviso's in the pits. Cutler's taken 10th, Janio's 11th, Tatey's in 12th, RCMBE2 in 13th, Ricky J 14th, and Paddle Shifter 15th. So again, I think it's 3 15-minute races tonight. Last week was a 10-minute, a 15-minute, and a 20-minute. I could be wrong. It might be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and 20 minutes still. Look at the physics of those tyres. Look at that. Boing, 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 boing. Don't know what's happening there. Marty 23 getting shouts in the chat. Good luck from Eddie the Head. Where is he? There he is. So yeah, a lot of these drivers are names you would have seen in the Chewett Racing Mini Cooper Cup. Coming back, fill these lobbies. But again, nobody able to take Chalky out of the mix tonight. He took that pole position very early on. Just kept getting quicker and quicker. 102.790 his fastest. Oh, it's 20, 15 and 10, is it? Okay. Yeah, I know it was meant to be 3 15 minutes at the start of the season. I don't know whether that actually occurred or not. Official results then. Chalky first, Rob Scott second, Aldo third, Pajonski fourth, Crawler fifth, Old Crawler 5th, Sven in 6th, DMK Dazzler in 7th, Marty in 8th, Treviso 9th, Cutler in 10th, Janio 11th, Tatey in 12th, RCMBE 2 in 13th, Ricky J in 14th, and Paddle Shifter 15th. Again, absolutely jam-packed lobby. Let me in. Let me in. Right, here we go then. Race 1. Being told it's 20 minutes by DSC. We're holding him accountable if it's not. Revs go up then. Here's the timer. No lights. It's not a bad start. Who's that a little bit slow? Is that Old Crawler a little bit slow in 5th? Tiny bit. Sven might have a look at the inside into turn 1. It is Chalky that leads us down. Everybody hugging that inside line. Don't want to leave the door open through turn 1. Side by side between who's that? That's Dazzler and Sven on the way out of the turn 1. Aldo makes up a position into turn 1, gets himself past Rob Scott. John's having a look around the outside through the S's as well. Great big line of minis. We'll go and have a look at the order once they finish lap 1. Just want to keep. Oh, Dazzler gets. Oh, not sure if Dazzler got a little bit of a nudge off the track then by Sven around this final corner. It's going to hurt their tyres around here. Back on the throttle then, Chalky leading the race, trying to drop the toe from these drivers behind. Just a quarter of a second in it between himself and Aldo. Is this straight long enough? Pajonski riding the firing line as well. He might get himself past Aldo. Here comes Aldo on Chalky though. Chalky's going to make him run around the outside. Gets himself through. Oh, a little bit of sideways action from Chalky there. That's allowed Pajonski to come through as well. Whether there was any contact, I don't know. He moves down to 3rd. Aldo leads then. Pajonski in 2nd. Chalky 3rd. Rob Scott 4th. Old Crawler in 5th. Top 5 pulled a little bit of a gap then. Treviso in 6th. Leading the next pack. Janio in 7th. There is down for the count. Marty in 8th. Being chased by the Rust Monster in 9th. RCMBE 2 having a look at the inside through there though. Sven will hold the line. A good battle developing in this mid-pack. Ricky J in 11th, Tatey in 12th, Dazzler in 13th, Paddle Shifter 14th, Cutler all the way down in 15th, and a penalty as well. He knows the lines here, but obviously getting caught out a little bit. He'll lose his penalty right here. Oh no, it'll have to wait till the next lap now. Aldo now under threat for this top spot, heading down towards turn 1. Pajonsky around the outside. Chalky looking dangerous. Oof, bit of door bagging through there. Pajonsky not able to squeeze his way through. Oh, old crawler. Oh, old crawler. Where are you going? Where have you gone? Oh, you are back on circuit. There you are. Oh, he's just been reset. Old crawler. He finds himself now at the back of the pack. Tried to get himself back on the track, but it's reset him, unfortunately. Aldo then held on to that lead down towards turn 1. He has got Pajonsky right on his tail, followed by Chalky. Now again onto this start-finish straight. Let's get ourselves on with a little bit of chase cam with Chalky. Rob Scott fallen off the back of this pack a little bit. He's 1.3 seconds back, so we're getting a tow. Oh, Pajonsky's found a little tiny gap up against the pit wall. He's going to get this position off of Aldo unless Aldo's really brave and tries to run it around the outside, but he doesn't. Oh, Chalky's run a little bit wide through there. He's going to be on the marbles. Almost runs himself off circuit. Under no threat from Rob Scott, but Pajonsky gets himself into the lead of the race then. Aldo second, Chalky in third. Trying to close that little gap back up. Just half a second back at the minute. Aldo keeping himself tucked right onto the rear end of Pajonsky around these S's. Wants to get that top spot back as they come down this start-finish straight. We'll stay on board with Chalky for a little bit longer. Takes a wide line through there, Pajonsky, but gets a slightly faster run out. Snaking across the circuit, trying to gain that tow from the driver in front. Everybody hunting for Pajonsky's tow at the minute. So chase cam with Aldo. He now goes for the move up the inside. Is he going to leave the door open enough for Chalky to have a go? Pajonsky risking it out wide. Gives Aldo plenty of room. Has a look back at him on the way into the S's actually, Pajonsky. Right, let's go and see. Oh, I've gone too far. Let's go and see what else is happening on track. Aldo, Pajonsky and Chalky still first, second and third. Rob Scott in fourth position. Janio's got himself up to the lead of the next pack. He's in fifth. Sven sixth. RC MBE 2 in seventh. Treviso in eighth. Losing a couple of positions then. Treviso was in fifth. Tatey 9th, Ricky J in 10th, Marty has also lost a few positions, down in 11th, DMK Dazzler in 12th, got Cutler in 13th, Old Crawler 14th, he's been reset to track, Paddle Shifter, I'm not sure what happened to Paddle Shifter, but he's a long way down as well now, 5.1 seconds, 15th. Top three then still having a punch up here for first. Aldo continues to hold on to that one. Wide on the exit, Pajonsky side by side on the way into the S's, but Aldo will just hold on to that, and it is just Pajonsky almost getting his nose up the inside, has another little look now, tries to stay on the outside around these S's, unable to do it, hangs onto the back end of Aldo. Chalk's got right onto the back of him, Rob Scott's closing that gap as well. Mawams kicking in, sugary buzz hitting him hard. Just 0.6 of a second back, Rob Scott. These three drivers in front might not even notice that Rob Scott's closed that gap back up on them. They will do when he goes firing past at turn 1. Pajonsky veers across circuit. Rob Scott follows him, tries to look for a different line. Now Pajonsky around the outside of Aldo. Oh, it's a good move, but it didn't quite work out. Gets that Mini a little bit loose. Keeps himself in the fight though. Doesn't lose that. Chalky having a little look. There you go. Rob Scott right on the back of this top three now. Janio then in fifth. A little bit of a gap between himself and Sven, 1.9 seconds. Still being hunted by Treviso and RC MBE 2. They just swapped positions again. They were 8th and 7th, now 7th and 8th. Dazzler in 9th, Ricky J 10th. He's got Marty for company at the minute. Tatey just off the back end of that fight, 1.5 seconds. Cutler another 3.3 back in 13th. Old Crawler 14th, 8.2 down. Paddle Shifter still not been able to close that gap up, 5.6 down in 15th. Oh my god, oh my god. Who knows what's going to happen here? Three wide into turn one. It is still Aldo that leads. Bajonski just holding second. Rob Scott has managed to squeeze his way past old Chalk into third. Not sure if that was just a mistake on Chalk's part, leaving the door open while the top two were having a battle, but Rob Scott's not one to leave an opportunity like that alone. Running it wide through there, Chalk. No tyre wear or fuel depletion in race one then. Now then, who can get a run on Aldo into turn one, hugging that pit wall again, not looking to leave that door open. Bajonski has a little look, but there's a big pile of grass there. He flings himself across to the other side of the circuit. Might have left that door open for Rob Scott. No, he closes that right off. Ooh, tiny bit of contact between Bajonski and Rob Scott. Oof. Both drivers getting a bit of a wobble on. That's going to break the field up a little bit. Chalky actually able to carry more speed round turn one. Gets that third position back off Rob Scott. Janio 3.2 behind that top four. Still pulling a little bit of time from this pack behind. Treviso up into 6. He's also got a little bit of time. He's got himself past Sven. Sven moved down to 7th, then RCMBE 2 in 8th. Dazzler, half a second penalty in 9th. Ricky J 2 seconds behind him in 10th, so might just hold on to that position. You do lose an awful lot of time on these with these penalties. RT in 11th. Tatey getting the entrance into this final corner a little bit wrong. Corner 30, 2.7 seconds back. Chases on another half a second penalty on board for Old Crawler as well. Possibly a lot of drivers getting caught out on this last corner. Picking it up. There you go. There you go. I didn't even see what that was for, but a penalty nonetheless. Aldo has made that Mini as wide as he possibly can. There's absolutely nowhere for Bajonski to go here. Final corner then, can Bajonski get a run on Aldo down the start-finish straight? Chalky and Rob Scott both in a position to make a move as well here. Sugar Nos, go then. Carrying the speed this time, Bajonski, is it going to be enough? Is it going to be enough around the outside? Contact. Bajonski thought he'd got that then. Hard won, hard fought by Aldo. Pressure's on now. Rob Scott right involved in this battle. Chalk's made a mistake. He drops himself to 4th. A little way down, not out of the battle just yet. But there is Janio slowly closing up on these 4 here. So again, they're having to take tighter lines, they're having to go a little bit defensive. And it's just cost them a couple of tenths, which is allowing some of these other drivers to catch back up. Now then, can Aldo hold on for another lap here? Again, he closes up. Swings over to the left-hand side again. Has he got it right this time? Has carries all the speed through. Has he left it? Oh no, it's all kicking off. Around the outside through the S's, real good battle, side by side action between these two. Not the place you want to be going side by side really. Any cars any bigger than this, that could have spelled disaster. These little Minis just managing to make it look a little bit easy. Chalk's managed to close that gap back up as well. Let's just jump on with him because Janio, he was 3 something seconds back, he's now just 1.8. 7.5 minutes to go. If these 3 keep, or these 4 keep battling. Oof, my God, Aldo losing that 2nd position as well, down to 3rd. Again, Janio might be able to close up and make this a 5-way fight for the lead. On board Cam then. Aldo up the inside of Rob Scott. Chalky's going to fire himself down the middle of both of them. No, just up the inside of Rob Scott. He takes that 3rd position off him. Still in the fight. Pajonski leads, then Aldo 2nd, Chalky in 3rd. Rob Scott in 4th. Janio is not able to close that gap up enough. He's sitting in 5th. Treviso 6th, RCMBE 2 in 7th. Svensson made another mistake, then losing another position, moves down to 8th. Dazzler 9th, Tatey in 10th, Marty 11th. Ricky J in 12th. Now got Cutler for company. Right on his tail, just 0.6 of a second back. Crawler in 14th, got turn 1 wrong, got reset to track as well, so that pushed him a long way down. Paddle shifter as well, lost a bit more time. So it was 5 seconds down the last time we looked, he's now 10 seconds. These top 4 still bolted together. Into the S's again we go. Pajonski leads, Aldo 2nd, Chalk back up into 3rd, Rob Scott 4th. Little wobbly minis all over the place around these corners. Not exactly got much in the way of anti-body roll, have they? Skinny little tyres coming up toward this final turn then. Aldo gets a good run out of turn 1, right on the tail of Pajonski as they exit. Closes up now. Can he do the same thing? Which side's he going to go, left or right? He's not. He's going to shove Pajonski down the circuit. Now has a little look up the inside. No. Keeps the power on to the 2nd corner here. Pajonski does well. Bolted right onto his rear end. Aldo, Chalk and Rob Scott in exactly the same positions. Top 4 doing really well. The Moam NOS is not working, I don't think, at the minute. He needs to discard some more bars out the window or something. Into this final corner. And again, the chase is on. Pajonski slowly peels over to this right hand side. Chalk then has a little look on Aldo. Rob Scott keeps himself bolted right behind any of these drivers, looking for any kind of tow. Chalk has another little look. Aldo's gone up the inside of Pajonski. Chalky's going around the outside of Pajonski. Oh! I think Chalk was kind of semi-lucky then. I think he was already going sideways. Rob Scott kind of pushed him straight, but that mistake has cost him a position. Janio's managed to get through into 4th. He's now only 1.3 seconds behind this 3rd place of Rob Scott. Rob Scott's only half a second behind these 2 as well. The battle for first rages on. Final corner then to this start-finish straight. What have we got? 3 minutes. Scott all over the back of Pajonski down this start-finish straight. I don't think... Maybe Pajonski has got the speed to have a go at Aldo. Which side does he go? Around the outside again. Aldo keeps it right there with him though. Rob Rob Scott has not managed to squeeze his way through, so he stays in third. Real good battle up front. Minis always is a good battle, especially when there's a short track like this. Many drivers. Slowly catching up with a couple of the back markers. Whether we actually catch up with them or not before the end of the race, I don't know. Hot into this final corner then from Jonski, chasing down this top spot. Feathering the throttle through there, right behind Aldo on the exit. He's going to carry good speed this time. Should be able to get all the speed he needs down the outside if he's going. No, he's going to go down the inside this time. Again, he should be carrying enough speed to get this done quite easily. Let's change that camera angle. Oh, a wobble on. With Pajonski going up the inside, that's left the door open. Rob Scott then squeezes his way back into third. Into second. Aldo third. Janio, look at that. Janio, little pink one, bolted onto the back end of this top three fight now. Chalk trying to do everything he can to get back involved. Just a second down at the minute, running out of time. We're almost at the 19-minute mark. Could still be any of these top four then, really. Scott's flashing the lights. Get out of the way. Now is he close enough to have a go at Pajonski here? Pajonski peels over to the left-hand side of the circuit. Does he peel back over to the right-hand side? Slowly making his way over. Scott has to go around the outside if he's looking for this top spot. Aldo and Janio looking for a way through as well. Janio finds a gap, squeezes himself into second position. Might have run himself a bit deep though, wobble on the way through there. That's cost him that position. Aldo's back up the outside of him as well. And again, there's Chalk slowly closing up on this fight. How far back's he? Just 0.7 of a second. Janio, unfortunately, unable to hold on to that second, but he had squeezed his way up into third position. So 10 seconds left. Is this going to be the final lap? Are we going to see one more lap where they have a punch up? Pajonski, I think this is going to be it. Pajonski around this final corner, then down towards the line. The 20 minutes is over. Pajonski is going to take the win. Rob Scott takes second. Janio takes third. Aldo fourth. Chalky fifth. 1.1 seconds between the top five. Treviso takes some of the wall out in seventh. Sven in eighth. He's already lost enough of his car. Dazzler in ninth. Let's not scratch the shiny one. Tatey in 10th, being hotly chased by Marty, who takes a bit of his paint off for him. Ricky J comes home in 12th. Old Crawler in 13th. Cutler not able to close the gap up. Comes home at 14th position. And Paddle Shifter is going to take the final position, 15th. Wasn't it? Minis, I tell you, every time the minis, especially because there's, I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's because they're small and you can get 7 of them across the track. I just don't know, but you know, there is Paddle Shifter taking that final position. But yeah, the minis always seems to be, even if it's when we were doing the Chewit racing, if it was a full lobby, whew, action everywhere. RCMBE2, what does that mean? A tantot. What's that? In the chat, people. What's a tantot? Does that mean good race or something? That's got to be like Bon something. But yeah, wicked race for the top 5. Well, top 4, most of it. Top 3, top 4, and almost top 5. Chalky almost getting himself back into the fight. Well, he was, you know, top 5 was 1.1 seconds between them. Can't get a lot more closer than that between 5 drivers, can you? Not after a 20-minute race, anyway. So DSC, is it? What did you say it was? 15, a 20, a 15, and then a 10. So that was. Have we got to go for different tyres on these? What's the plan of action now? 8:35 start. What? It's 8:40 now, Janio. Eight 8:45. Thank you, Bajonski. I was just heading into the chat to have a word. Yeah, it's always pretty clean. We don't like presenting dirty lobbies. What's the point? What's the point in having a bumper car session online? You know, when it's being streamed with a commentator. What's the point? I'll just turn it off if that's the way you're going to race. I'm not being associated with dirty, nasty lobbies, so that's not why we do it. We're here to have fun. It's not the dailies. How did Ricky do? I think Ricky, let's just have a look at results. Was he 12th? Ricky J. Yes, he was 12th. A little bit of a battle with Cutler for a while, but 13th. There he is. Sorry, 12th. So full reverse grid on mediums now then. I'm being told the race has already started, but it's not, because the last race hadn't finished. No, it's not the dailies. We don't like playing dailies. We don't like daily bumper car racing. And usually in most of these lobbies, you know, the drivers, they're all in a chat. They've all got sort of mutual respect, all that sort of stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, DSC Broadcasting, sometimes it's planned. Like sometimes we have a Stephen Morrill tribute night from the guy who set up P1, unfortunately, RIP Steve. He passed away, but on his birthday, the P1 boys all to get together and have chaos races. So there's usually a rally track, there's usually, is it Dirty Beetles or something like that you have, where it's literally chaos, where there's elastic bands are on, catch up, you know, all the aids, all that sort of stuff, and there's just people ramming and smashing, but it's meant to be. But if people turn up to race, no, that's not what we want. But those are the one-off specials. We don't do dirty banger racing leagues. Well, I don't anyway. Minute race on mediums, and then the last 10-minute race on hards. Yeah, exactly rough. Like I say, it's one-off special occasions. Steve always loved to, you know, after one of the leagues or something, one of the league races similar to this, the lads would all stay in a lobby afterwards and just, you know, spend the next half an hour smashing each other off track. Yeah, you know, I think they get weeded out quite fast because their names get spread about pretty quickly in the sim racing world. Hards on the last race, then reverse grid again, so whatever the results are from the next race coming up. RJ20 Rough is Tyre Slayer. See, why do you lot have 17 names? I've got one name on PlayStation, one name in the chat groups, one name on Facebook. I'm on Twitter, same name. YouTube, same name. Facebook, same name. Stop confusing me. Dude, and I swear to God, right? If any of you are in any of the P1 lobbies or P1 chats, tell me how often they change their names. I can't keep up. I don't know who's who in the chats, because I come to it, there's 400 messages and people have had all their names changed and I can't keep up, and it's usually something disgusting or abusive. could actually probably tell where people are from the nicknames they've been given in the chat. Don't know who they are, you can tell where they're from. Referencing kilts, or maybe, you know, potatoes, or Verstappen or something. Things like that. So everyone getting a few little practice laps in on the mediums then before the start of race 2. Again, they will feel totally different. Might catch some of the drivers out if they have that little brief brain fart where they forget, fire themselves into a corner a little bit quick, find themselves spinning around in the gravel trap. Maybe. Look at the little independent suspension working on the front end of that thing. Look at it. Technology. Physics. Very good. Now fix your damn lobbies. Make them stronger. Put more people in. We want 20 to 25 drivers on track. It can't be that difficult. Tracks don't change. It's just a car going around a track with a person in it. There's set limits. It's not like an open world 15 versus 15 shooter where, you know, things blow up and explode. This is, you know, it's set. Don't even pick up damage when you crash into things. It's not for you, Dazzler. There's the Monster. Down for the count, D4TC. Getting a feel for those mediums down this straight. Okay, Aldo giving us the okay, everyone ready, let's go. Well, I'm ready. You lot are ready. Treviso's ready. Iceman Aldo. Is that your nickname? Right, here we go then. Who's on the front? Let's get the nonsense on. It's Cutler. Cutler's going to take pole here for race 2. Old Crawler in second. Ricky J third. Reverse grid from results of race 1 then. Let's see how Cutler gets on into turn 1. Oh, it's another pretty poor start from Old Crawler. He's going to get a couple of positions taken off him here. Cutler did get a good start. Ricky J chasing him down though. Should hold this into turn 1. Marty has already got up the inside of Old Crawler into third position. Cutler leads then. Ricky J in second. Down for the count in third. Dazzler fourth. Oh, no. Ricky J, that's not... Where have you gone? Where have you ended up? Oh my god, he's getting swamped. Oh, Ricky J gets turn 1 all wrong. Where is he? He's gone. There he is, all the way down in 14th. Still fighting chance though. He's only a second behind the pack. Cutler still leads though, under pressure from Marty. After losing. Ricky J. Marty gets a wobble on through there, sticks a wheel on the grass. Oh, Sven's nowhere to go. He gets clattered. Concertina effect. Marty gets a clatter on the... Sorry, that's not Marty. That's Treviso that ends up getting a clonk on the rear. Everybody looking for positions down here then. Cutler still leading. Under threat though. Dazzler right on his tailpipe as they enter turn 1. Dazzler now runs on the grass, gets himself back on circuit. There's another mini sideways. Old Crawler gets that green one sideways. He gets a little nudge as well as all the rest of these drivers come through. to melee here in this mid-pack. Cutler's just thinking, you lot keep at it, you lot keep meleeing away, and I'll just keep my foot stomped on this accelerator pedal. Hopefully get away. Medium tyres on board for everybody then. Marty into second position. We're half a second on board. Penalty for Dazzler. Sven scoops around the outside. He's up into third. Janio finds a gap as well. Oh! RC MBE2 getting a bit punchy through there, pushing Dazzler a tiny bit wide. Have to gather that all back up for Dazzler. Treviso then chasing him down, looking to make a move up the inside. Janio in front, having a look at Sven as well. He's got himself through into third. Sven fourth. Treviso fifth. RC MBE2 in 6th, Pajonsky 7th, Chalky in 8th, Tatey in 9th, Old Crawler in 10th, Ricky J in 11th, fighting his way back through this field. Dazzler in 12th, side by side with Ricky J through the S's. Ricky J should just win out through here. He's got the inside line around these S's if he can hold his line. Oh, he's not quite been able to hold on to that one. Dazzler gets himself back in front. Rob Scott bolted onto the back end of these two as well, and there's Aldo as well, 14th. Losing a driver from race 1. Back up front, Cutler still leading. That second gap has dropped a little bit. It's down to 0.6 of a second. Again, it's a shorter race. It's only a 15-minute race. Oh, it's paddle shifter that's left, yeah. Into turn 1 then. Janio into second position. Marty third. These little minis do like to get a little bit sideways through turn 1. Sven gets himself back on circuit. Might lose that position to Tatey. No. Maybe. He's got dirty tyres. Tatey might be able to carry a bit more speed around these corners. Hasn't. Sven's managed to hold on to that one. Oh, he's got wide through there though. He's going to lose it now. Tatey takes that off him. Dazzler's coming up fast behind him. He's got a penalty to lose. Rob Scott's going to scoop past and get that one as well. Unfortunately, Ricky J's made another mistake. He's down in 13th now. RC MBE2 as well, getting tangled up somewhere all the way down in 14th. Unfortunately, that's the only other problem. There's so many drivers on track. No idea where to focus the camera. Cutler then under threat for the lead. Janio having a look around the outside into turn 1. Carries the speed through. Has it pushed it too much? Not quite. Didn't lose it, but wasn't able to get that position. Down for the count. Marty 23 still right there with him as well. Trying to close that gap up. Pajonsky and Chalky also looking to close that gap up. Just 2.2 seconds between the top 6, even with a little bit of a gap. Crawler 7th, then Rob Scott 8th, Tatey 9th, Dazzler 10th, Aldo in 11th. Sven, he's made some more mistakes. He's pushed himself down to 12th. Ricky J 13th. RC MBE2 14th, 3.6 seconds down. Cutler still leads now. RC MBE2 has a look up the inside. He's found a little bit of room, but not quite enough. Cutler hangs on to that one by the skin of his teeth. Janio second. It was a tricky move. I think we were almost 2 wheels on the grass there, Janio. RC D4TC still not managed to make a squeeze through either, and there is Treviso now bolted onto the back end of the top 3. 6 minutes into this one already. Pajonsky 5th, Old Crawler in 6th, right behind him. Rob Scott 7th, chasing those two down as well. Tatey 8th, Dazzler 9th. Sven back up into 10th position. Aldo 11th. Chalky gets pushed all the way down to 12th position. He's on a mare in the mid-pack. Dazzler's off track around that final corner. It's going to take him a while to get back on. Ricky J on the back back end of Chalky in 12. Dazzler back on circuit, but he's running slow. RCMBE2 is probably going to get that position off him. Ah, what a shame for Dazzler. Cutler then still leads 7 minutes into this 15-minute race. 15-minute race, this one. Actually not quite at the halfway point. Cutler doing a good job of defending so far though, even with these faster drivers. I say fast drivers behind him. They're not faster yet. Go again then. They are right on his tail now though. Cutler doesn't have to go over to pit wall. He knows Janio can't get himself back over. Just got to be careful that Marty doesn't decide he's going to have a go. Could be 3 wide into turn 1. Closing up actually, Marty. Is he going to have a look at the braking? Treviso has a little look as well. Marty getting a little bit of a love tap on from Treviso. Very punchy here in the minis. Cutler holds onto it once more. Janio second. Treviso though does get up the inside of Marty into third. Marty now fourth, but Janio looking really dangerous on Cutler. Literally been pushing him around this circuit for a few laps. Treviso to close up as well, almost onto the back end of Janio here, into this final corner once more. Cutler still leads them. Where are you going this time, Janio? Going around the outside again. Is it going to be enough into turn 1 this time? This is where we saw Pajonski get into the lead of the race, sweeps across right in front of Cutler, takes that top. Oh, there's another little love tap between the two of them. Almost both drivers getting sent off circuit there. That has allowed Treviso to get himself right onto the back end. Marty's fallen back a little bit. Cutler, not an easy driver to pass, that's for sure. He's doing well to hold on to the lead at the minute, especially down this start-finish straight. Oh, Janio stretching those track limits into this final corner then. Seen a lot of drivers get this one wrong. Now another chance for Janio. What's he going to do here? Looking for the inside. Cutler closes the door on him. Again, you just got to be careful you don't leave. These minis are small, they will find any old gap. That's the attack done for this lap, I think. Down towards turn 1. Janio can't have a look now. Treviso and Marty can carry a fair bit of speed through though. A little bit wrong for Janio. Treviso has a little look up the inside. Cutler gets his mini sideways as well. That slows him down through turn 1. Janio now has a look around the outside of the S's. Keeps his nose in there as well, Janio. Nothing Cutler can do. Can he hold on to it through this next left-hander? Wow, it's going to be tight. And into the right. Got to be careful he doesn't leave the door open for Treviso as well. Treviso squeezing through, but Cutler's got the advantage into this next corner. The final corner coming up. Treviso keeps his nose in. Almost, but I think he was going to lose it if he stayed there. And it's on again then for another chase down towards this turn 1. It's Janio's time to peel over to pit wall. Treviso and Marty, top 4 battle kicking off. It's still kicking off behind as well. Bajonski just leaving that next little pack. Cutler's chance to go around the outside now then. Has he carried enough speed to just get himself in front? Yes, he has. Treviso as well, getting punchy through there. He's pushed his way through to second. Again, just got to leave the door open wide enough and these minis will find a way through. Treviso and Janio almost side by side through there. Janio just gets that one back. Right, let's go and see what's happening behind. Pajonsky has been under threat himself. Old Crawler, he's in 5th. He's got Old Crawler in 6th. Rob Scott in 7th. Aldo 8th. Tatey 9th. Chalky in 10th. All pretty close to him. Sven in 11th. The Rust Mobile. I don't think that's very aerodynamic. That's probably what's costing him. Dazzler 12th. Ricky J in 13th. RCMBE 2 in 14th. Closing that gap up, but whoa, it's going to be 3 wide into turn 1. I'm glad I flicked back to this. I don't even know where to look. Treviso up the inside of Cutler. Cutler under threat from Janio around the outside. Oh, who's going where? Treviso gets turn 1 a little bit wrong. Janio gets it far too hot. But it does allow Treviso to get through into the lead of the race. Cutler 2nd, Janio 3rd, Marty 4th. 2.5 minutes remaining. There's an absolute punch up here. It's kicking off behind as well. Rob Scott squeezes his way through into 6th position. Old Crawler 7th. Aldo having a little look around the outside of Old Crawler as well into this final turn. Now Chalky looking around the outside. It's an absolute melee here. Tatey runs himself off track through there. He's going to lose a bit of time to that bunch of drivers in front, under no threat from Sven behind. Right, let's see, back up front, Cutler has a look to take the lead around the outside. Oh, it's an absolute melee. Treviso widens his elbows, holds on to that top spot. Janio forces his way through into 2nd. Cutler gets nudged down to 3rd position. Marty still 4th. Just waiting for these lot to fire themselves into a ditch, I think. Pajonsky 5th, a little bit of breathing room for him now. He's got a 2nd between himself and Rob Scott. Rob Scott's got Aldo right in his rear view mirror, Chalky right in his rear view mirror, and Old Crawler right in his rear view mirror. Everybody under threat here then. Tatey trying to close himself back up on that pack, but run himself off through this very corner. Cost him a bit of time. Sven as well was doing alright, he's just slowly falling further and further back. Gaps developing at the back as well. 2.4 seconds between Dazzler and Ricky J. Oh, wide through there though for Ricky J. RCMB 2 comes through to take that position. Ricky J, unfortunately, nudged down to 14th. Sorry, rough. Treviso still leads then. Cutler's off circuit on the exit of turn 1. You've got to be so careful of that astroturfy looking stuff. 30 seconds left on the race clock. Is it going to be Treviso taking the win here? 15 seconds. Are they going to cross the line? Janio's right on Treviso's tail. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. They do get another lap. Cutler doesn't, he takes 3rd, Marty takes 4th, Pajonsky comes home in 5th, Rob Scott 6th, Aldo 7th, Chalky in 8th, Old Crawler 9th, Tatey in 10th, Sven's going to take 11th. Dazzler takes 12th, RCMBE takes 13th, Ricky J takes 14th, and it is just Treviso and Janio still out battling it for this last lap. Needs to be literally touching the bumper of Treviso around these corners. Not that Treviso's got a rear bumper on that thing. On board with Janio though. He's looked for a little gap up the inside, but it's looking good for Treviso unless he runs it off circuit here. He's got wheels on the grass. Oh my god, Treviso taking the win. How did you not spin yourself round? Janio taking 2nd. Absolute punch up there for that race. Cool, blimey. Even I've got a sweat on. I'm not even driving. Too much talking. Flipping heck. Gonna Need some liquids after this one, people. Another great race then in the minis. Yeah, unfortunately, Cutler and Down for the Count missing out on that final lap by a blimp of a second. Yeah, great racing again. That's what we want. We need that good racing. That's what everyone's here to see. But yeah, real good punch up. Let's have a look at official results then. Treviso, sneaky taking the win. Janio second, Cutler in third. Marty takes fourth, Bajonski fifth, Rob Scott sixth. Aldo seventh, Chalky in eighth, Old Crawler ninth, Tatey in 10th, Sven 11th, Dazzler 12th, RC MBE 2 in 13th, and Ricky J 14th. So again, we've got another race coming up, reverse grid. It's going to be 10 minutes, I assume, on the hard tyres this time. Again, probably drivers already out on track, getting some practice in on those. Yeah, Chalky's out. Rob Scott's out, Dazzler's out, Sven is out. So again, just getting used to these hard tyres before they find themselves through the S's. Seeing how turn one feels. Coming in there super hot. They have been able to keep this throttle on through the first apex of turn one. Whether they can do that with a set of hards on, I don't know. So a couple of minutes wait and then we'll jump into the final race of the evening. Another reverse grid. Reverse grid from race 2 results. Yeah, keeps it pretty planted through the first apex. Yeah, it is good. I do find it can sometimes cause chaos because obviously the faster drivers, you know, they know how fast to take corners, the lines. The slower drivers, you know, they brake slightly earlier. Obviously, they don't take exactly the same lines, and it can catch everybody out. You know, it can catch the front runners out, it can catch the drivers behind out. I like them, like you say, it does make for some punchy racing, but it can end up causing absolute chaos, especially if it's close to the end of the season and it's very tight for points. There can be some questionable moves put on some of the reverse grid drivers, unfortunately, from the faster lot. I do get what you're saying though. It shows their prowess behind the wheel if they can start from the back and still get to the front and take the win. The Mr Bean livery then of DMK Chalk. Glitchy going on. Not sure if that's drivers joining the lobby, leaving the lobby. Rob Scott, how's the Mawam Nos going to do? Organised chaos, yeah. But again, doesn't look great for anybody watching. You know, if there's fast drivers coming through and pinning off the slower drivers from the reverse grid. Like I say, we're not in the dailies. Johnsky's had a colourful couple of races, been involved in some kind of bumper to bumper action pretty much all the way through both races. It'll be interesting to find out what happened to RC MBE 2 as well, ended up at almost at the back of the pack. Just taking that position off of Ricky J in the last couple of laps. Treviso as well, I've got to say, where is he? sort of came out of nowhere in race 2, was sort of mid-pack, battling with all those maniacs in the mid-pack, just managed to get himself out front. Slowly but surely he caught up with the drivers up front and then went, you know what, I'm having this. Took it. I don't know how though on that final corner, that was ridiculous. Ran himself wide, 2 wheels on the grass, and managed to get himself back on track and take the win. Who needs a big turbo? Ricky J. Yeah, the road cars is totally different to sort of the GR4s or the GR3s. Especially as you can put sort of, you know, race, you know, road softs or comfort soft tyres on or whatever. Especially crappy old minis like this. Right, race 3 just about to get underway then. You'll know because the screen will go black. So Ricky J on pole then. Can he defend from RCMBE2 into turn 1? Old Crawler not getting the best start on both of the other races, so we'll keep an eye on him, see how he gets on this time. He's in 6th, I think. Yes, he is. Better start this time from Old Crawler. Chalky peels across the track, gets himself into Old Crawler's slipstream already, right in between himself and Aldo. Too far. Ricky J then leading the race down towards turn 1. RCMBE2 having a look up the inside already. Ricky J leaving the door wide open for him. He gets a wobble on through there. He's left the door open as well on the way out. That's given Dazzler the look. Sven as well now having a look around the outside into turn 3. Will have the advantage into turn 4. Takes that position as well. Ricky J, where's that big turbo? Old Crawler in 5th then. Chalk in 6th. Aldo 7th, Tatey 8th, Janio, sorry, Rob Scott squeezing his way through. Oh, Tatey gets nudged off circuit, almost catching Bajonski out on the way back on the track as well. It's an absolute melee here. Treviso up the inside of Tatey. Tatey's dirty tyres costing him. Down at the back of the pack then, RCMBE2 leads the race, Dazzler 2nd, Sven in the rust bucket in 3rd. Crawler in 4th, Chalky right on his tail as we head down towards turn 1 though. Minis veering all over this start-finish straight. Chalky has a look up the inside. Old Crawler, not able to close the door. A little bit of door banging between those two. That's left the door open. Aldo's looking to come through now as well. Janio and Rob Scott having a side-by-side ding-dong just behind there. Janio just getting himself through as well. Chalky and Aldo almost pushing their way past Sven. Sven just hanging on to that 3rd though. RCMBE2 quite happy at the minute. 1.2 seconds lead. 2 minutes gone in this 10-minute race. Racing hard tyres on for everybody. Dazzler then holding this 2nd position under threat from a big pile of drivers behind. Sven, Chalky, Aldo, Old Crawler, all pretty close. Here we go, Chalky having a look at Sven. Sven having a look at Dazzler. Chalky carrying the speed down towards turn 1. Drivers, I think again, just forgetting they're on these hard tyres, carrying a lot of speed into turn 1. Dazzler holds on to that 2nd, Chalky into 3rd, Sven 4th, Aldo in 5th, Janio up into 6th, Old Crawler right behind him in 7th, Bajonski in 8th, Cutler right behind him in 9th, Treviso in 10th, winner of the last race, Marty in 11th, and Rob Scott 12th, Tatey in 13th, Ricky J was leading, now in 14th position Ricky. RCMBE2's lead has dropped from 1.2 seconds down to 0.8. All these drivers back in the slipstream. Dazzler in second, under threat though. Chalky has a look up the inside down towards turn 1. Ooh, there he is. Hello. He's got the line. Dazzler not able to carry the speed through. Gets a little bit sideways in his Mini as well. A little bit of a gap between himself and Janio. Nobody able to put Dazzler under threat into turn 1. Turbo's busted. I think you're right. I think you're right. He's dropped a pipe off it or something. His intercooler's got a hole in it. Big pile of drivers then starting to gang up on Dazzler a little bit. Janio, old crawler, Pajonski. There's Cutler just in the background there as well. Oof, goes wide through there. Dazzler, that allows Janio through. Pajonski and Cutler having a door banging session down this start finish straight. Cutler just winning out for the time being. Dazzler having a look back for this third position. Not carried enough speed down towards turn 1. All over the back of him through turn 1. MBE2 still leading this one though. 0.8 of a second still. Chalky not being able to close that gap up. Pulled that little bit of time between himself and Janio. Though the battle for third has just allowed him a bit of safe space. How much can Chalky close up on RC MBE2 here? Good line through that final corner. RC MBE2 running a little bit wider than him. So from 0.8 down to 0.5. Closes up again down towards turn 1. Not going to be close enough to go for a slingshot up the inside. Trying to control the braking on the way through here. Keep those lines tight. Close that gap up on RC MBE2 if you can. It at just under half a second. Down to 0.3. Janio still just 0.8 of a second behind these two. Faster line through there for Chalk. Closing up on RC MBE2 before we come to this final corner. He's in a great position here if he can get a good exit. 0.3 of a second behind the first place driver. Is it close enough? There's Janio. He's closed that gap down to 0.6 himself. Well, a little bit of weaving going on from RC MBE2. I'm not sure if we like that, my friend. We don't like a bit of weaving. Chalky closes up, not able to get that position though. Janio pulls that gap down as well, 0.4 of a second. All over the back of RC MBE2 here, Chalk, looking for the lead of this race. Nice and tight through these apexes, holds onto the lines through here. Chases on again, 0.3 of a second again as they exit that final corner. Closes up a lot quicker now. Runs around the outside again here. What's he got in his passenger seat? Anything? No. Janio looking to fire his way past turn 1 as well. Might have got the job done, not quite. Both drivers keeping their foot in through turn 1 down towards this second apex. Love tap involved there. RC MBE2 has to slow down. That gives Janio the look. He gets himself up into second position then. Chalky leads. Janio second. RC MBE2 in third position. 2 minutes left. Dazzler in fourth. Cutler up into fifth. Treviso 6th, Pajonski 7th, Rob Scott in 8th, Aldo 9th, Marty 10th, Tatey in 11th, Sven in 12th, Old Crawler battling with him in 13th, and Ricky J closing up on that fight as well in 14th. Minute 30 left on the clock. Chalky then leads. Janio right behind him, less than 0.3 of a second as we head down this start-finish straight. Chalky now hugging that pit wall. Janio going to slip around the outside, is right behind him. Chalky swings across to the racing line. That we don't mind. He hugged the RCMBE2, looks to get up the inside. Where's he gone? He's run himself off circuit through there. He's got drivers coming up fast on him. Cutler gets his way through into 3rd. Dazzler into 4th. That little mistake has cost RCMB2 a couple of positions. Bajonski catching up with him fast as well. Running around the outside here. Dirty tyres on board for RCMBE2 then. Can't defend. Treviso all over the back of him now as well. Has a look over the inside through there, doesn't work. Into this final corner then, he's now in a good position to go for the move on RCMBE2. Tries to get over, getting the slipstream off Bajonski down this start-finish straight. Use that to get himself past RCMBE2. It's going to work as well. He's got the inside line as well as Treviso. So unless RCMBE2 can run it around the outside, he can't. Treviso takes that position off him as well. Right, let's go see what's happening up front. 10 minutes. Done and done. Why am I not seeing last lap? We're having a 15-minute hard tyre race. Chalky still leads. Janio still right there with him. Quarter of a second between them. Cutler. So we use 2nd in the last race, all the way through to 3rd position in race 3 here. A little bit too far back from the top 2, 2.7 seconds. A little bit of breathing room behind. Bajonski 1.3 seconds behind him. Dazzler trying his hardest to hang on to these higher positions, but it's just not working out for him. Treviso's managed to get past there as well. RCMBE2 closing back up. Had a little think about it on the inside, RCMBE2. Again, he gets that mini sideways into turn 1. Aldo in 8th then. Rob Scott's. Oh, he's got a 2nd penalty, Rob Scott. Needs to give the marshals more Mawams. Marty in 10th, Tatey in 11th. Trawler in 12th, and Ricky J 13th. He's now got a penalty. Sven in 14th. Oh, I've missed the swap for the lead. Janio's got himself through. Where did you do that? Through the S's? Now it's Chalky as the chase car. He's a 0.3 of a second back himself. Can he carry the speed down towards turn 1? Comes back across the track onto the defensive line. Chalky's going to have to run around the outside if he wants it. Janio's not going to make it easy for him though. Almost side by side on the exit through there. So I was told it was a 10-minute last race, but I think they could be lying. It might be 15 minutes. Leading just. Chalky has held the lead of the race for most of it, to be honest. Cutler doing a good job as well. Unfortunately, he's falling back from these top 2, but holding the 3rd place at the minute. Chalky and Janio taking tight lines through there. Both drivers got to be careful they don't pick up penalties. And again, less than 0.3 of a second in it between these two as they head down this start-finish straight. Cutler himself under a little bit of threat here for 3rd. He's got Bajonski behind him and Treviso looking for that final podium position. It should be 10, I'm being told by DSC Broadcasting in the lobby in the YouTube chat. Good job tyre wear's not on, isn't it? Everyone had planned to do 10 laps or 10 minutes. All of a sudden, you're doing 15. Janio's got to defend for another lap or two yet then. Chalky loses a little bit of time to him. 0.4 of a second that gap stretched up to. Keck, evening brother, evening. This one's a little bit early. This one starts at 8 o'clock, so you might have missed most of this. That's the most British thing you've seen. I love it. Apart from nobody's got tea and crumpets. Right, can Janio get the move and hold on to this position? He swings himself over to that. There's a bit of swerving going on from Janio as well. Again, I don't know what your rules and regs are for that, but in the GT3s and GT4s, that's a big no-no. That is. We don't like that. Ooh, I thought Janio had run himself off circuit there. He's not. He holds the lead. Chalky still a second. Treviso and Bajonski getting themselves past Cutler right on his tail down that start-finish straight. Both able to squeeze through on that first corner. Can Cutler get those positions back? He wants to put himself in the same position on this final lap. I don't know if they will make the line, to be honest. Again, who knows how long this race is going to be. Could be 15 minutes. It's supposed to be 10, but it's not. If it's 15 minutes, it could be over as Janio crosses the line. 4 seconds remaining. That is final lap. It is going to be Janio that takes the win here. Chalky takes second. Real good battle between those two. Treviso is going to take third. Bajonski fourth. Cutler, well held, mate, but fifth. Dazzler takes 6th position. RCMBE 2 takes 7th. Aldo 8th. Martin takes 9th. Rob Scott comes home in 10th. Old Crawler takes 11th. Tatey takes 12th. Ricky J backwards for 13th. And Sven loses a little bit more of that car as he crosses the line for 14th. He's got to win a race at some point. That whole Mini's, it's mostly air now. I'm sure of it. Janio taking the win there in race 3. 2 moves is allowed is all. Okay, alright. Is alright. Well, there seems to be a little bit more than 2 in some of those, you know. But it's not for me, you know, I'll just see it as I say it, or say it as I see it. Again, if 2 moves are allowed, that's fine, but yeah, there's a bit of left and right going on down there in some of those. So that was it. Race 3 done and dusted. Again, fantastic bit of racing between the Minis. Always bumper to bumper sessions here with the Minis. Doesn't matter whether it's the new ones or the old ones, they're always good. Again, I think because they're so small and punchy, you know, don't get me wrong, they're not quick at all, but makes for some epic racing. A little bit loose on the corners. Ricky J's already left. He's not happy with tonight's results at all. Never mind. A couple more weeks to go. What have we got coming up next week? Oh. It's the Dust Bowl. It's the Dust Bowl next week. We've got Big Willow. It is an absolute sand trap. If you are not on the black stuff, you're in the sand. There's no little bits of tarmac or lovely bits of grass to run off in. It's just desert. So always good fun. Drivers, you know, sometimes fire themselves off into the desert. Never get seen again. No problem, DSC Broadcasting. No problem. That was a good race, wasn't it? Like I say, the Mini's always is entertaining. So it's good to see that it's not lost any of its edge. But yes, that's it from me tonight. When am I back? What have we got on? Sunday night I'm back with the P1 boys. Nothing up before that, is there? It's Monday night, yeah. Team Over Racing's done. Yeah, no, yeah, Sunday night, 9 o'clock. P1 boys and their tour of America. That comes for, is that round 5, I think, of that one? And then Monday night, same time, same place, 8 o'clock. For Dirty Big Willow, the sandpit. That's what we've got coming up, people. Sunday at 9, Monday at 8. Again, a few more leagues coming up in the new year. The Chewit Racing Minis might be coming back. Come on, Cutler, get that one rolling again. You know we need that one. These Minis are supposed to be making a permanent return, so the 65 Minis, you know, we might have 2 mini leagues running consecutively or in the off seasons of each other. We'll have a new Team Oliver Racing coming up in the new year. We'll have a new GTTCC coming up in the new year. And we've got Battle of the Groups as well at some point. Is it the last round? No, we've got another round after that. We've got Sardegna Road Track C2 Reverse for the final round. Big Willow next week, and then the final round at Sardegna. That's what we've got. GR4 Stang Blue Moon. Oof. That's not what you want. That's not a good combination. But yeah, that's it. That's it from me tonight. So 9 o'clock Sundays, Mondays 8 o'clock. That's the lineup at the minute. Nothing else this year apart from those two. And again, all the new stuff starting in the new year. As and when I know dates, I'll post those up on my page. But yeah, that's it from me. I hope you've all liked what you've watched. If you have, give it a like, comment, subscribe. Oh, your road car league. There you go. Let's give him a bit of shout out then. Tyre Slayer, his road car league race on Friday nights. What was that? To what? MD or M4 road cars at the Red Bull Ring. There you go. So if you fancy any of that, go find Tyre Slayer on Friday night and stick yourself in his lobby. Free plug for you. Yes, that's it from me. I hope you've liked what you've watched, people. If you have, you know the game. Like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Most of all, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.